Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be sitting down talking Jets. I do a live radio show. All right, we'll be discussing all that we got going on, OTAs, all the things that are moving and shaking around the New York Jets. All right, call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook. There are rumors swirling, and I'm talking swirling, about Dalvin Cook possibly becoming a New York Jet. Or, if you listen to some reports, he's basically already a New York Jet because the deal is done. And we're going to get into this, okay? Now, this rumor is sparked recently, and it's just catching on like wildfire. It's picking up steam. A lot of people talking about it. And I don't really know what to make of it, right? So let's get into it. Listen, Dalvin Cook, as we know, have been in contract discussions with the Minnesota Vikings. That's their running back, okay? He's the guy that gets it done over there. He's one of their stars offensively, all right? Now, we know that contract discussions with the Vikings have pretty much broken down, all right? They want him to take a pay cut. He's not interested in that. He's making $14 million this upcoming season, 2023. They want him to kind of, get that down, help them out. He's not interested in that. And so it's looking like the Vikings have tried to reach out to certain teams to move on from him and trade him. There's been talks about that, okay? You look at Dalvin Cook, he's putting it down over there with the Vikings, all right? He's had over 1,000 yards. He's had over 1,000 yards every year since 2019, okay? Last year, or this past season, excuse me, he ran for over 1,100 yards and had 8 touchdowns. Mind you, he's been to 4 Pro Bowls. Since 2019, he's been in a Pro Bowl every single season since 2019. So this is a guy that can get the job done over there, right? Now, the rumors are swirling because it's like there's talks that the Dolphins and the Vikings were discussing a move for Dalvin Cook. The Dolphins were trying to acquire him. The Vikings were trying to feel things out. They were trying to figure out what they can get from the Dolphins. But that trade talk and that all the rumors swirling around him possibly becoming a Dolphin, nothing ever came to fruition out of that. Nothing. All right? Now when you look at the situation, now there's rumors coming out that Dalvin Cook would prefer to be a New York Jet. And if and when the Vikings release him because they can't figure out what's going on with his contract, that the Jets are going to be the team that he's going to join. There's talks that the Bills have tried to make a push for Dalvin Cook as well, but the Jets were the team that he wanted because they made a stronger push than the Bills. This is the rumors that's going on here. This is the rumors. Now, keep in mind, the rumored deal that the Jets, according to everything that's swirling around, the rumored deal that the Jets already basically have in place with Dalvin Cook is a 1-year deal for $10 to $11 million. Now, this is where I'm going to give you folks my thoughts on this. This is really interesting, okay? It's really, really interesting, and here's why. The New York Jets already have over $24 million in cap space, and I've been talking about this, and I've been talking about could the Jets have been clearing all of this cap space to possibly make a big move for a big player, right? Dalvin Cook would be a big player, okay? He's a great back in this league. He can put things together. He can make an impact offensively. There's other guys out there as well that I've talked about, DeAndre Hopkins, right? That we could add to our offense and really get things lit off. As we know, the New York Jets also chased Odell Beckham Jr. recently as well. The Ravens were able to step in and snatch him. They offered him a deal he couldn't refuse. He even called the Jets to try to match the offer or beat the offer that the Ravens gave him. And the Jets was like, nah, we good. Go ahead and do your thing, man. We're not going to give you that much. But they have gone after other guys as well, right? Now, they haven't gone after Hopkins, as we know of as of yet. But this rumor swirling about Cook possibly becoming a Jet comes at an interesting time. Now, in this rumor, as I spoke about earlier, there's talks about them already basically having a deal in place with Dalvin Cook, 1 year, $10 to $11 million. And when I heard that, I said to myself, that doesn't sound like Joe Douglas or this front office. And let me tell you why. They are very careful about getting involved with player tampering, okay? And if you already got a deal in place with that man, that for a fact is player tampering, for a fact, okay? For a fact, and you will get smacked by the NFL for that, and we've seen teams really get worked over. The Jets are so careful about that situation and staying out of the player tampering stuff. There was a point in time where Aaron Rodgers was being discussed as being a New York Jet before they really got the wheels rolling on that. They wouldn't even talk about him. Like, I think it was Sulla did an interview where they were trying to speak to him about Aaron Rodgers, and he just was like, listen, that guy is still on another team. I don't even really want to talk about it, but he's a good player. Next question. Like, that was it. He said, hey, I don't want to get involved in none of that. Very smart move. So if they're that cognizant of what's going on there, why would they be trying to work out deals with this man behind the scenes when he is still officially, as of right now, as I'm doing this video, he is still officially a Minnesota Viking? They got the go-ahead from the Packers to talk to Aaron Rodgers. That's why they were able to work something out. Dalvin Cook, from everything that we know, the Vikings have not given the New York Jets the go-ahead to talk to him about anything. They're still actively, according to rumors, trying to trade him, trying to get somebody to give them some type of value. So that's where the rumor kind of starts to, I don't know, break down a little bit for me. Then you look at the situation that the New York Jets are in, the running back position. And it presents a very interesting situation, right? You got Breece Hall, who's coming off of an ACL injury, okay? There's been discussions about him being ready for week 1. Sulla has raved about how good he looks, right? How he's already on the, already running 22 miles per hour in the GPS. That they don't want to rush him back, but man, he looks really good. We've seen film of him at, practice doing jump cuts, and he don't look no different than he did before the injury. He looks like the same old Breece Hall. He looks like he's going to bounce back and be ready to go. Then you got Michael Carter, who we're waiting to have this bounce back year, who didn't have a great year last year, but there was a lot of issues, especially with our offensive line and things not going well with our running game. Our offensive coordinator at the time, too, did go away from our running game at times a little bit too early. But that's a guy that can really move and shake within this offense, especially within the passing game, right? And he's also a guy that we've seen in the past that if you get the ball in Michael Carter's hands, he can be deadly. He can be deadly. Then you look at Bam Knight, who's a guy that's shown us something as well. And then we got Izzy that we just drafted, Israel Abanikanda, that we just drafted. And he looks like he's a guy that can come in and give us significant production because he's a guy that was talked about as being one of the steals of the New York Jets draft because he can come in and really give us something his first year. There's already talks about him being a guy that could be part of this rotation that could really be getting the ball in his hands early and often. So I'm wondering, where would Cook even fit in this situation? Because if he comes in here, bro, somebody got to go. So somebody got to go. Are we going to carry 5 backs? Like, somebody's got to move. And then you also got to talk about paying him as well. That's going to come into the equation as well. But when you look at it, man, Breece Hall and Cook, that would be a fire tandem, right? Especially if the New York Jets are in the mindset, look, let's not put too much on Breece early. He's coming back from the ACL. Let's work him into the offense slowly, make sure everything's 100%, and we give Dalvin Cook the ball early. And then later on in the season, when Breece is worked in and we're sure that ACL is good to go and we're not putting too much on him, and we give it to Breece and let them just run over the rest of the league. That's something that could be in their mindset. Okay? And maybe Michael Carter moves to a guy that gets the passing downs. Maybe Bam Knight, they see what they can do with him. Izzy, they just kind of see what they can do with him. I mean, when you think about it from that standpoint, you could see them sliding Dalvin Cook in. That's a lot of backs to have on your roster. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins, from what we're hearing, I think he's looking for anywhere from 12 to 15 million, I think is the rumor that was going on around. $2 more million. You could have Hopkins. I like D Hop. I'm just saying, but Cook is a very interesting name to add. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about this rumor? Do you think it's true? Okay? And what are your thoughts about the possibility of the New York Jets adding Dalvin Cook to this roster for offensive explosion? Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.